This is Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, and I'm still with Sue Sutherland, and this is part 3 of the interview where she talks about how she got out of the rat race and had burnout. Tell me what you were doing, your life in the corporate world.
I was trying to do what I thought I was supposed to do. I was in London. I was working for .coms. I was working at consultancies. I always really liked the finance part. I was quite geeky, logical, very strategic. And so I did what I thought I was supposed to do, get a good job.
You did what you were told, in other words.
Yeah, well, kind of, what was expected. And also tried to go for things so I could afford to live. And I found myself doing some jobs that I really, really liked, but I was not satisfied outside of work. And so I put far too much emphasis on the importance of work, and I overworked. And the thing is, of course, most employers, not so much nowadays, it's better, but there's an expectation with employers that you put in, they say 110%. I mean, that phrase drives me crazy because it's 100% is the maximum. But there's the expectation to work and get there early and finish late and do weekends. And I ended up caring so much about work because I thought I would get some peace inside. But it didn't work. I just ended up wearing my brain and my body out. And I had a stage 5 burnout. I mean, I was working 30.
Stage 5?
So you basically got 5 stages to burnout. And I
Oh,
was
really?
right at the end. I was like, at the edge. My body just said no. It just started not working.
What happened? You stayed in bed, or?
I spent about 2 years of insomnia.
Oh, that's awful.
I was having about 3, 4, 5 hours sleep and a good night. I was working 13 to 15 hour days.
Were you on pills?
No, I was going straight from work at like 7, 8 or 9 o'clock. Bottle of wine, bed, not sleeping, get up, repeat. Every day, sometimes weekends and all that. And it just got, ridiculous. Completely unmanageable.
So you were drinking quite a bit?
Yeah. Because basically that was my social life.
Do you drink today?
Very little. It was never like I need a drink. It was a way to kind of try and relax. Try and like, got through that day.
But you like dancing, you told me.
Yeah, but not then.
Ah, you hadn't discovered 5 rhythms.
No, I hadn't discovered 5 rhythms by then. So I ended up getting signed off work because I couldn't work anymore.
Right.
And then I got an amazing therapist through it. I had some cognitive behavioural therapy, which was amazing. And I went back to work, and I went back with a slightly different view. I kind of, a part of me had woken up.
What did you learn through the cognitive therapy?
I learned...
For you?
I learned a lot of the things that I hadn't been taught in my family about ways to behave. It was actually a little bit about conditioning. It's like, okay, so there's a difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness, and reframing some of the ideas and notions I had about certain things. So that was a really, really interesting time. And then a couple of years later, I was made redundant in a role that I was in.
Did you get involved with NLP?
I did a little bit, yeah. I found CBT a lot better.
You found what?
Me. I found cognitive behavioural therapy a lot better for me.
Right.
Each to their own. I think that's the thing. There's so many options out there. But basically, after I was made redundant, I set up my own limited company and I started freelancing. And that was amazing because I could work less.
When you wanted to.
More. And then I started going on to these workshops, self-improvement workshops, going to festivals, going to retreats. I've discovered dance. I went to New York. I found 5 rhythms. I found out apparently London had loads, and it was amazing. I also found like a sex positive community. I just found so much.
In New York or in London?
In London.
Okay.
And I mean, I've done mask workshops in Greece. I've done ancestral healing in Switzerland.
What do you mean mask workshops?
Where you create a mask and you decorate it.
Okay.
And you wear it and you introduce it. And then you work out what it's like wearing this mask and who are you with this mask. And then you take off.
So there's psychological
loads
workshops.
of stuff, yeah.
Because I collect masks.
Well, I've made quite a few masks. So yeah. And so I did all this work. And I was in this role, this contracting role. It was around the corner from my flat. It took me like 17 minutes to walk there. I didn't have to work evenings. I didn't have to work weekends. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have a BlackBerry or anything like that. And I was paid more money than I'd ever been paid in my life.
Was this the
And I
90s?
hated it. No, it was
80s?
a year and a half ago.
Oh! Okay.
And my body just said no again. My body's been very good. I remember when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I was going out to parties and taking lots of party drugs and all that kind of stuff. My body said no. They rejected.
Do you
them
have
one by one.
dialogues with your body?
Yes, all the time.
Body parts?
I do body poems for people. They're
Body?
amazing.
Can you give me a body poem now?
I
As
can't
an
do
example?
It now. No, it's not something I could do. I would basically have to get you very relaxed and walk through your body, and I would do a guided meditation through your body. But that's something that I do.
And you call that a body poem?
Yes, when you get messages from your body. Poems from your body.
Poems, I see. Poems from your body,
It's a
right?
beautiful experience. But yeah, so I basically resigned from this job.
Right, right. And who did
Because
you...
I was losing I'd lost myself.
Who did you become?
Well, I think it's not about who I became. It's about recognizing that I was losing connection with myself. I was getting taken over by the machine again, the work machine. And so I ended up going over to National Sequoia, going to the Sequoias over by Reno, Nevada. They've got the Sequoia National Park.
Oh, yes.
So I went to visit Giant Sherman, the biggest tree on the earth currently, and it's a giant sequoia tree. And I spent a lot of time with trees. I did a lot of
Are you talking
creative
about
stuff.
tree hugging?
I couldn't even hug the tree, but I touched a lot of trees. It was too far apart away, but this tree is enormous. It's an enormous tree.
Right.
But it was really about me getting back to nature and just trying to shed off all this corporate nonsense.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it was listening to my body.
I would say, but correct me if I'm wrong, that America is more advanced than the British
Within what respect?
in your world.
I wouldn't agree because,
Okay.
and the reason I wouldn't agree is because America has got 52 states, and that some of those countries are incredibly, in my view,
All right,
backward.
California then.
Well, California it's got a lot of advancements there because one of my teachers, Joseph Kramer, is from California. However, it's also got that slim, blonde, middle class, yoga priestess kind of vibe where what I call real people are not as welcome.
And what about Poland and the Eastern Bloc?
I don't know because I haven't been there.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. But I think it's and that's the thing. It's really easy to look at various communities and say they're like this, but I think ultimately it comes down to people. It comes down to finding yourself and listening to this body of ours. And
We'll talk
following
more
our
about
heart.
that in number 4. Okay, coming up.